To achieve a sense of balance and security for playing the violin, here are two options for a comfortable stance. First, distribute your weight evenly with your feet about shoulder width apart. The second option is to shift your weight to your left foot with your right foot slightly forward. Feel free to shift your body weight between these two positions while you play and practice. Whether you stand up while you practice or you sit during a chamber music or orchestra rehearsal, your spine should be straight. When you sit, use only the edge of the chair. Your back will get less tired this way. Your muscles would have to work a lot harder if you use a backrest and curve your spine while playing the violin. Your shoulders should be even and relaxed. The left shoulder should not be pulled up to hold the violin, and the right shoulder should never be pulled up. The distance between your collarbone and your chin determines what type of support you need to hold the violin. For persons with short necks, a shoulder rest may not be necessary. Some violinists simply use a cloth or a small sponge to keep the violin from slipping. For players with longer necks, a thicker sponge or a shoulder rest is advisable. Here are the parameters. First, the violin needs to stay up without support from the left hand. Otherwise, shifting, especially downward in double stops, becomes difficult. Second, your left shoulder should not be raised. It needs to stay relaxed. Third, you don't want to have to press your chin onto the violin. The weight of your head is enough to hold the violin in place. Consistent tension in your neck from pressing down or from twisting your head too far left can lead to serious injuries. Fourth, measure the distance between your collarbone and your chin. It should equal the sum of the height of your shoulder rest, thickness of your violin, and the height of your chin rest. Most importantly, make it comfortable. If you find a solution that works for your body, use it, even if it is unorthodox. Some violinists have a dogmatic approach that one must play either with or without a shoulder rest. For me, there are too many differences between body types, body sizes, short and long necks, and between square and sloping shoulders to treat everyone by the same measure. Any health professional would agree that playing the violin is an unusual set of motions for the human body. If it is done for several hours a day, you and your teacher have an important responsibility to make this as easy on your body as possible. In the end, an artist's full range of artistic expression cannot be displayed if you are fighting physical tension. So, make yourself comfortable. Every part of our body has a range of motion that performs a segment of a circle around the joint. In other words, there is no natural motion available that pulls the bow always in a straight line perpendicular to the string. We have to combine several motions of the upper arm, lower arm, and hand with adjustments in the elbow and the wrist to keep the bow always parallel to the bridge. Playing from the middle to the tip requires straightening your elbow. In the middle, you can envision an imaginary square from your sounding point to your shoulder, shoulder to elbow, elbow to hand, and hand to sounding point. When we arrive at the tip, this becomes a triangle between sounding point, shoulder, your arm, and the bow. We go back to the square and now to the frog, where we reach another triangle formed by the line from your sounding point to your shoulder and by your upper and lower arm. Please note that your bow grip should not change. Your wrist has to make the necessary adjustments at the frog and at the tip. Your upper arm always stays at the same level as your bow. On the G string, the arm is higher, and on the E string it is close to your body. The up bow is always initiated by closing the elbow, not by lifting the arm.